So Star Wars was gonna be the last movie I reviewed in 2019, but then I figured, nah, I'm gonna leave them on a funny note. Cats. I saw Cats at an early screening on Wednesday evening, the moment the embargo lifted. I went and saw this film. I was sitting next to these two girls. And the reason I mention this is because they started reading the reviews before the film started. And I don't like that. Usually I like to just watch it for what it is, even though I knew this movie was going to be something amazing. And fine. They started reading the reviews, and honestly, after hearing the reviews, I was like, I can't wait to see this thing. This movie is about a... What was it about? So there's this cat. There's this beautiful cat played by this ballerina named Francesca Hayward, who's thrown into this place where there are other cats, and they're very horny, and they're very sexual in nature with their interpretive dances and stuff, and they're all getting ready for the Jellicle Ball, and they do all kinds of cult shit, and it's a PG movie. Like, parents and kids are going to go see this movie. It's rated PG. Can you imagine the 5-year-old just sitting there like, Mommy, do people just come close to you, whisper like this, make movements like this? And it's like, I don't even know what to say. At least several points I lost it. I didn't know what to say. I was blown away by just what I was looking at on the screen. Now here's the thing. The CGI of the cats. Ever since the trailer dropped, this is one of the most scary trailers I've ever seen, by the way. The new trailer that came out, Tom Hooper was like, the CGI is improved. I was like, oh, okay. And the new trailer starts out, and there's this shot of the city or whatever, and then it fades, back in, and it's Taylor Swift as a cat. And I swear to God, that shot of Taylor Swift as a cat gave me fucking nightmares. This fucking movie! Oh my God, the F words are coming out. Kids, this is not a PG review, so you've been warned. Aside from the cat CGI, the problem with the film is that it's very uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's very boring, and there's not a lot of energy to it. The actors, all of them seem to be phoning it in. It's not even the problem with like I said, when the biggest problem is not the fact that these actors, some of them very well-renowned people like Judi Dench and Ian McKellen and Idris Elba, look like cats, you know you're in for some trouble. And unfortunately, the film, it just does not work. Now, I understand this is based on a popular Broadway musical, and that's fine. And I know a lot of people like the musical, some people hate the musical. It's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, at least the music's iconic, so that's gonna work in the film. No, I mean, I can't credit the film as a good film because the music's good in this. I mean, this is not what supplied the music. Andrew Lloyd Webber supplied the music. He's the one I credit. I credit him for making the musical. So, yeah, how am I supposed to credit him for the movie? The movie is ass. It's a very messy affair, and there's nothing about it that I found charming or interesting or even remotely entertaining. The entire movie, I kind of felt like I wanted to go to sleep at points. There's a scene with Ian McKellen where he's singing, and maybe this has to do with the character, but the audio, for some reason, in our theater was so low and so toned down that I didn't know if it was the sound mixing or if it was just the movie or it was just the theater audio all malfunctioning and stuff. Either way, it was one of the most bizarre things because it actually put you to sleep. And I don't mean that in a good way, because Ian McKellen felt like he was being threatened to do this. There's a scene with Judi Dench where she feels like she's being threatened to do this. I don't really get it. The film doesn't really have a story after that. It doesn't even have really a main character, which is another big issue I have with it. This white cat who has been dropped into this place, she's not the main character. It's being told from her perspective for a while, but it's really not her. And there's not a lot of, characters. I didn't know anybody by the end of the film. I barely knew anyone. At least not by name. I knew them as the less freaky one, and that freaky one, and that horrifying Ray Winstone freaky one. Okay, fine. I know that. I know who that is. Idris Elba honestly is trying in this movie, and there are a few performances like that. Rebel Wilson and Idris Elba. Those are the two performances which actually feel like they're trying to do justice to this material and trying to make it work. But they can only take it so far. The rest of the film fails. Their musical numbers, they're not that great. The dance numbers, they're done by the choreographer of Hamilton, which is a phenomenal Broadway musical. And the fact that this doesn't seem to have worked out as well as it does baffles me. I have no idea what happened here. Tom Hooper, before the red carpet premiere, apparently, according to sources, said he finished the final cut of the film at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 hours before the red carpet premiere in New York. If that's the case, you already know what kind of movie you're about to get. So I'm just going to leave it at that. In the end, Cats is a mess. There's not a single really great redeeming quality about it. There's a couple of semi-good performances in the middle of all the freakishness and the bizarreness of the film. But in the end, yeah, this is like maybe the worst movie of the year. I mean it. I'm gonna give Cats an F. I don't give letter grades, but I've only given letter grades to really bad movies, like the 50 Shades movies. And this has now joined the ranks of 50 Shades movies. So it gets an F. I give it an F. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I think as far as movies goes, that was what, the last review of 2019? Is there anything else coming out? I think we're done. All right. Look forward to the review of The Mandalorian and a couple of other things very, very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe. I'll see you guys at the movies.